Coming up on Point News, a major Pittsburgh bridge is closing. Find out what's behind the shutdown.
And Point Park students hear from an industry expert from one of the top sports companies in the country, her special connection to campus.
And President Barack Obama makes an important announcement, what he said and how it will affect the country. Point News starts now.
Live from the Point Park University Broadcast Center in downtown Pittsburgh, this is Point News.
Good afternoon, I'm Maggie McCauley.
And I'm Nick Versola. The Pittsburgh Center for Sports Media and Marketing is always bringing in speakers to talk to Point Park students. They share everything from industry secrets to advice from students.
The latest speaker to make a stop on campus was Kristen Roscoe of Adidas Group. Point News reporter Ashley Corradini has more on the guest of honor who has a special connection to the Pioneers.
Student Center to listen to a Point Park alum talk about her position with Reebok CCM Hockey as the U.S. Marketing Manager.
Kristen's visit to Point Park started with a luncheon with a small group of students before the presentation that was open to the entire student body. Students at the luncheon had a chance to ask questions and even talk one-on-one with Kristen. After the luncheon, Kristen headed over to the Student Center to give her presentation to the attending students. She discussed Reebok's goals and even shared a few videos. After she was done speaking, she opened it up for questions and had a few words of advice for the students.
Really hope that they just understand that, don't take no for an answer. Continue to challenge yourself, add to your skill set, and you get to where you want to be.
She has a lot of really good insight. She works for a huge brand, it's a multi-billion-dollar company, so she knows what she's doing. She's obviously gotten well recognized at this company, and it's really good for her to come to the school, and we get a lot of great, insight from her.
Skill sets, oh my goodness, it's I started here at Point Park, did sports, arts, and entertainment, really helped because it helped broaden my skill set there, and then I took it over to the Adidas Group, so we're talking about PR, communications, marketing, sales. So really with the Adidas Group, I got to find my niche in marketing, and I've learned so much.
If you missed today's event, then be sure to keep an eye out for the next sports speaker they have coming up. Reporting for Point News, I'm Ashley Corradini.
The Greenfield Bridge is closing. Crews will build a new bridge to replace the existing crumbling structure, which connects Greenfield to the Squirrel Hill, Oakland neighborhoods. The bridge officially closes tomorrow night around 10. A detour will be posted for more information. Visit greenfieldbridge.otmapgh.org.
President Barack Obama announced today that U.S. forces in Afghanistan will remain there throughout his term in office. This decision impacts more than 9,000 troops that are currently overseas under the president's previous plan. There were only supposed to be 5,000 troops left in Afghanistan by the end of this year. President Obama said at the White House, quote, "As Commander-in-Chief, I will not allow Afghanistan to be used as a safe haven for terrorists to attack our nation again," end quote. The president also mentioned the progress the U.S. had made in Afghanistan, but said that more work has yet to be done.
The Democrats had their turn this past week in Las Vegas for their first presidential debate. The event is being described as a great night for Hillary Clinton, who delivered a poised, confident speech about some of the situations she has been scrutinized for in the past. Bernie Sanders also delivered a strong performance and stayed true to his word that he would stick to debate issues during their time together. Democratic strategists are still speculating on whether or not Vice President Joe Biden will enter the race.
One of the biggest traditions for a long-running magazine is coming to an end. Playboy magazine will no longer have pictures of fully naked women in their magazines. The change is part of a full redesign that was approved by magazine founder and operator Hugh Hefner. The brands previously removed naked women from their online version as well earlier this year. The change will go into effect next February with the March issue. A new animal wellness center is being built right outside Pittsburgh. Find out where and how it will help pet owners.
Plus, a world record hoarder visited Pittsburgh, putting his own spin on the phrase City of Champions. That's next on Point News.
We are a social people. We share our inspiration, wisdom, creations, and memories. We share what makes us laugh and what angers us. Built on the notion of a free flow of ideas, our country thrives on the freedom of speech. Without it, who would watch over our governing powers? And how would we share our history to make a difference for the future? It's this freedom to share that gives us a reason to listen.
Start your morning with City News.
Start your morning with campus news.
Start your morning with political coverage.
Start your morning with fun.
Start your morning with us, only on Daybreak.
Did you know that Point Park has a cheerleading squad?
Don't stop. Don't get it confused.
Not only do our cheerleaders represent Point Park at regional and national competitions, but they also promote spirit and awareness of every sports team on campus. Come to any men's or women's varsity basketball game at home to watch the cheerleaders perform at halftime and cheer from the sidelines from the first jump ball to the final buzzer. Sports not your thing? You can catch the cheer team lead the crowd at the fall and spring pep rallies as well, or at several competitions around Pittsburgh each year. So what are you waiting for? Show the Point Park cheerleaders the support they show you.
We know you're wondering what the A-list celebrities are up to. Well, here at Entertainment on Point, we're wondering too.
Have you heard about James Franco and Seth Rogen's new movie?
No, but have you heard Beyonce's new single?
Did you see what she was wearing on that red carpet?
Honey, that was not cute.
Did you see what happened on Scandal this week?
No, I was too busy keeping up with the Kardashians. No matter what your guilty pleasure is, we've got you covered.
Entertainment on Point. Get to the point of pop culture.
Yeah!
Animal Friends Resource Center celebrated the groundbreaking debut of its upcoming Animal Wellness Center. Animal Friends is an animal shelter located on Camp Horn Road in Ohio Township. The facility has programs for animals and pet owners, including adoptions, education programs, and support groups. The new 18,400 square foot wellness center is named after supporter and employee Howard Ash.
Things just kind of happened. We set out to build an animal shelter, and we ended up with an animal resource center, which is even better, which offers so many programs. And then from there, now we have this beautiful campus, and this has been kind of a vision of mine as long as I can remember, to actually end the problem.
It's not just finding the animals, getting them homes. It's how can we prevent this from happening again? How can we keep animals in their homes? How can we stop overpopulation?
1,000 affordable spay and neuters a year, plus 30,000 vaccinations in the first year alone. The grand opening of the Howard Ash Animal Wellness Center is set for early 2017.
Have you ever tried stacking a couple cards together to make something out of it? It's not easy. Well, just last weekend, PPG Paints invited Guinness World Record card stacker Brian Berg to build the City of Cards. It all happened just outside PPG Place near the fountain to mark the unveiling of the company's new color of the year, called Paradise Found. Berg made replicas of PPG Place, Heinz Field, and PNC Park. And if that doesn't sound tough enough, there are even more obstacles.
One is we're in a tent in a windy plaza. We've had incredible humidity, we had torrential rain.
Might have been Paradise Found for Berg as he was concentrating, but he did it and used about 21,000 cards.
Point Park students can get their freak on at the Campus Activities Board annual Halloween dance. The dance will take place at the Altar Bar next Wednesday, October 21st. It runs from 8 to 11 p.m. Looping shuttles will take students to the venue and back beginning at 7:45. This year's theme is Sideshow Soiree. Tickets can be purchased for $5 from the sale office or at the door. Guests must be accompanied by a Point Park student.
Is this warmer fall weather here to stay? Your weekend weather forecast coming up.
And the NHL suspends a referee because of an error during the Steelers-Chargers game. What he missed that got him sidelined. Coming up on Point News.
Here at the Pioneers sideline, we get freshmen involved as quickly as possible so they get the real-world experience on air and behind the scenes to set themselves apart in internships and potential jobs. Blaine, where is that video? I needed it in KeyPro like yesterday.
All right, I got you, Chris. But I had a quick question for you guys.
What do you mean the questions? It's always a question. It's always a... What? Where is he? Blaine! 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 Freshman, you can't find any good ones anymore.
Ever wanted to be behind the mic and have the world listening to your show on campus? Well, it's just as simple as joining WPPJ, Point Park's student-run radio station, located on the second floor of Lawrence Hall, right next to the dining services. Listeners can tune in using Point Park's website or through the TuneIn app by searching WPPJ. WPPJ welcomes any new DJs that want to get involved, so be heard. Do you have what it takes?
An expression, a belief, a symbol, freedom to worship, an unspoken word. To express yourself means standing up for what you believe in. There's a freedom to worship and a freedom to live. To speak never saying a word, to love, to let your voice be heard. The light of your own path. For more information, visit www.freedomofspeechpsa.org.
We've had perfect autumn weather this week in Pittsburgh, but will these great temperatures continue?
Or will we experience a cold front? Let's send it over to Tashaya Thompson for the forecast. Tashaya?
That's right. We had beautiful fall weather this week with the temperatures in the upper 60s. Today we're looking at the high of 66 and the low of 44. But for your weekend forecast, temperatures are going to dip down into the 50s. On Friday, we're looking at temperatures in the high 61 with a low of 38. Saturday, temperatures will be in the high of 50s with a low of 31. And for Sunday, we're looking at a high of 51 with a low of 28. So if you're headed out to the Steelers game this weekend, you might want to bundle up. That's your weekend forecast. Now back over to Maggie and Nick.
Thanks, Tashaya. By now, we unfortunately know how it ended, the Pirates suffering a devastating defeat against the Cubs in last week's wildcard game in Pittsburgh.
But before the disappointing end, Point News reporter Blaine King explored the pregame scene outside PNC Park.
It's Bucktober. That means the Pirates are back into the playoffs. Third year in a row. This time it's against the Chicago Cubs. Now we're going to find out tonight if they're able to prevail and go to the wild card, advance to the divisional, to play the Cardinals, or if it's another sad October here in Pittsburgh.
The wild card game brought fans from all over to PNC Park.
What brought you all the way down here?
Let me tell you something. When you're sailing the seven seas and you hear all of your Pirates out here at the PNC Park.
From Tampa, Florida. We came to Tampa.
We're from Chicago originally. I'm in the military and we live in Cleveland.
Fans also showed a lot of creativity with their signs.
What's the deal with the sign?
So, you know, Jake from State Farm, everyone knows him, so I figure you might as well get a little diss on. Jake from Chicago, she bitches hideously.
One thing for sure is Pirates and Cub fans showed a lot of confidence.
Arrieta's going to pitch a no-hitter.
Hey, we got to get that W. Go Cubbies!
If we win this game, we're going to the World Series and winning it all. Let's go Bucks.
Only the Cards will go all the way through to the World Series.
Arrieta's going 9 shutout and a home run. You heard it here.
Let's go Bucks! Let's go Bucks! Let's go Bucks!
Let's go Bucks! The Pirate fans, they are ecstatic for tonight's game, and the Cubs fans, they are too. It's going to be interesting to see how it turns out. Reporting for Point News, I'm Blaine King.
The Monday Night Football game between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the San Diego Chargers almost caused another controversy for the NFL. The Chargers scored a field goal with 2:59 left in the game, and when the ensuing kickoff was a touchback, which by NFL rule should have stopped the clock. However, the clock continued to run for an additional 18 seconds when it should have stopped, and the Steelers got the ball back with 2:38 left. The NFL later admitted to the mistake and has now suspended the side judge who is supposed to keep track of time. Well, the good news is that clock error didn't matter in the end. The Steelers beat the Chargers on the final play of the game by a score of 24-20. Running back Le'Veon Bell scored as time expired to improve the team's record to 3-2. The Steelers will try to take this momentum forward as they play the 4-1 Arizona Cardinals this Sunday at 1 p.m. at Heinz Field. Meanwhile, the Pittsburgh Penguins have yet to win their first game of the season as they lost their home opener Tuesday night against the Montreal Canadiens 3-2. This also comes after a disappointing 2-1 loss to the Arizona Coyotes last Saturday. The Penguins hope a little home ice advantage will get their season on track. They have the next 4 games at the Consol Energy Center. The team plays the Ottawa Senators this Saturday at 7 p.m. After winning 2 out of 3 games over the weekend in the Kaiser University Challenge in Florida and having returned just Tuesday night, the Point Park women's volleyball team won a commanding 3-0 KIAC match against the West Virginia Tech Golden Bears.
And we put an emphasis on trying to go.
Pioneers narrowly won the first set 25-23. The team rebounded with a 25-10 win in the second set and a 25-16 win in the third. Some of the key players in the win included juniors Megan Branchick and Shiloh Simonson with 7 kills apiece. Both Simonson and head coach Mike Bruno believe that the keys to the win was good transition play and chemistry between the players.
And we put an emphasis on trying to go on runs, holding the ball a little bit longer on the end line, holding the serve. So I thought we did a good job of emphasizing that in practice, and I think our just our confidence level continues to get better as the season progresses.
The key to our success was just chemistry, I think. The first game we kind of started like real slow, and then the second and third match we kind of got it all back together, and I think we were more warmed up.
Win is now the Pioneers' 7th KIAC win in a row and just 1 win behind the 25-2 Indiana University Kokomo for the first place in the conference. The team will play Kokomo this Saturday at Kokomo at 11 a.m. Senior Day was celebrated for the women's cross-country team last Saturday at Carnegie Mellon University at their Invitational. Seniors Rachel Hinojosa and Kelsey Wilkins ran in what was their last meet of the year as Point Park as a whole placed 9th out of 21 teams. Wilkins was the 3rd Point Park runner to cross the finish line with a time of 20 minutes and 45 seconds, and Hinojosa had a time of 26 minutes and 45 seconds.
That does it for this week's Point News. Be sure to join us next Thursday live at 2 p.m.
Have a great week, everybody.
If you're having trouble with your schoolwork this semester, there's a helpful place on campus that you should know about. On the 7th floor of Lawrence Hall is the Program for Academic Success, which provides services like tutoring and academic counseling. The program's Writing Center is specifically designed to help you with your writing assignments, and you can even get help for them online. Students are encouraged to stop in the office, give a call, or send an email.
Every human being has a purpose, has a dream to have their voices heard, no matter where they come from, no matter where they go. As an American, it is their right to have freedom of speech. I have a dream that one day this message will speak louder than words, that even the quietest voice will not go unnoticed. That is my dream. What is yours? For more information, visit www.freedomofspeechpsa.org.